heard about the theory of evolution, right? So how different species have evolved over time and how that evolution has taken place. It was really necessary for us to remain in the world, to not get extinct, to evolve from one form to the other form. In fact, for all the species who could not evolve finally got extinct. In today's world, it is not just important for us to evolve, but it is also important for us to innovate at the same time. If you look at our technologies, like you can see in the picture, the means by which we used to get light in the earlier years was by fire, which has now evolved to something like, or innovated to something like CFL. So in this world, in today's world, if we do not want to get extinct, and if we want to make a mark as an individual or as a company, it is extremely important for us to evolve and innovate at the same time. And with S4HANA today, I will try to showcase to you how we can involve, that is again, innovate and evolve at the same time, right? So before even going to S4HANA, let us try and see what HANA is. So HANA is a very strong revolutionary database that was created by SAP in 2012. So this is a database where the total data is compressed. 10:1 space is what is required for storing the same data in this database because of the type of storage that happens. It is in-memory database. So when I say in-memory, what do I mean by it? Let us imagine that you have a big wardrobe in your house and a small cupboard where you actually keep all your clothes that you wear on a daily basis. But the big wardrobe maybe in some other room or maybe in the store you do not wear so often. Let's say the winter clothes in the summer season are kept there. So that's how it operates. The systems are also very similar. However, what we have is the size of the cupboard that is in your room to such a great extent that you do not have to store anything in the wardrobe in some other room. If you want something, now you can quickly get that thing without going to the other room, without going to the bigger wardrobe that you had to. It's the same thing when it comes to searching for your data in the database. In-memory computing brings all your data or majority of your data in memory so that you do not have to go to the various layers of data to search for the data or make the search on the data available. What it also does is it brings the OLAP and OLTP together. So that means the transaction and the analytics now can be done on the same database. What that means is that the analysis or the analytics that you get of the data is live. It is, okay, let's consider a scenario where you're driving a car in the morning to come to the office, and I tell you that I'll cover your windshield with a paper, let's say a black paper, so that you're not able to see anything in front of you. It is impossible to drive in those conditions, right? Let's say I'll tell you that I would not cover your windshield, but what I will do is I will not show you today's view, but I'll show you what was, how the road was a day before, how the road was yesterday. It becomes all the more risky to drive in those conditions because you start believing that you have a very good hang of the road, very good hang of the traffic, or very good hang of what is happening actually, but that is not the live view. That is not what actually is happening. It is a old. Similarly, when it comes to data, when it comes to analytics, it is extremely essential that you get the live view of your data. Old data might be really risky in a lot of cases, and especially for SMEs when they have to compete against the big giants of the world, they need to have their analytics really strong and their data live. So that's what HANA database actually helps you to do. Going forward, as I said, HANA is something that SAP came up with in 2011, and the journey has been long from there till we came to S4HANA. You can consider S4HANA as nothing, but it is an extremely simplified version of, hello, can you hear me? Yeah, so it can be considered as a very, very simplified UI for the same ERP that we used to use in the yesteryears, SAP ERP. However, there have been some code level changes that have been made to that ERP so that it sits on top of your HANA database now, and it can make the most of the HANA database, right? If you look at the screens, I do not have a demo today, unluckily, but the screens are beautiful. It is extremely simple to use. Run simple has been a motto of SAP for quite some time now, and that is what S4HANA is also based upon. So what is S4HANA? Right, so what we see in the middle is actually S4HANA, which comes in both on-premise and cloud editions. S4HANA, as I said, sits on top of HANA database, and it has instead of the T codes that we used to punch in earlier for ERPs, it has applications, small apps made. Let's say for receiving goods, there is an application made. For creating a purchase order, there is an application made. For leave request, there is an application made. So there are small tiles kind of applications that are already being made on FIORI, and that is what you need to access to perform a transaction. But no more punching of T codes, looking at the boring screens. So this is what S4HANA is about. Also, if you look at the left-hand side, there are various peripheral solutions that SAP has acquired over years. SAP Ariba is one of them. Success Factors, Fieldglass, Concur, so on and so forth. So there are direct adapters now for these solutions to talk to S4HANA. We call S4HANA as the digital core, where all your core business is happening. However, these peripheral solutions will be built around or will be working around for the various LOBs, lines of businesses, talking directly to your digital core. If we look at the bottom, there is something called as SAP HANA Cloud Platform. So any customizations that you need to make, any customization that is very specific to the business process that you use can be built on SAP HANA Cloud Platform, which is HCP, and it can be extended right from your cloud applications to your digital core. So this is the complete picture of S4HANA along with the peripheral cloud solutions and HCP. So talking about the digital core, this is how the system looks like. Okay, so what we see in the blue color is something that is part of the digital core. The functionalities, whatever functionalities were there earlier, with the ERP, they do not change. They still remain there. However, what we have tried to do with the digital core is make it so robust that all the peripheral solutions that I'm talking about, like SAP Ariba that you can see here, directly talk to the digital core, right? Something like a supplier portal that you want to extend to the supplier so that they can see your purchase orders, let's say, or invoices. They can, track their complete P2P cycle, so on and so forth. Would be happening on a portal on Ariba for the suppliers. However, it would be talking to the digital core, which is S4HANA in your organization. So that is the power of S4HANA that we are talking about. Just a couple of references here. SAP, we believe that whatever we send to the market, we are the customer of our products always. So if you see that SAP is using S4HANA Finance, and we were able to cut down close to 400 hours on closed processes. It is 91% faster maintenance revenue accruals. And the analytics when I talk about, so this was one point I was focusing a lot on, the live analytics. We have 80 analytics. That is almost twice the speed. There are some other names as well, right? If you look at the cost savings, if you look at the TCO, what this complete simply implementation to a few weeks, right? And application level through various lines, it simplifies everything. and connecting your applications to your database in a very, very simplified manner.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Praveen Bhoomragari from YASH Technologies. Thank you all for participating in this session. YASH is embedded in 900 industry. So YASH has a employee base around 4,000 employees. So the major focus of manufacturing chemical solution with the different market to SME to and large enterprise customers globally and in India as well. So we have a very good portfolio of customers in terms of ERP domain. So we YASH awards kind of things or awards kind of things when it comes to its work and all these things. So we are recently got an award of Great Places to Work, which is conducted a survey by a company in India. So this is our global presence. East Moline, that is in Illinois state in US, and come down to India with a great extent of employee base. So we are in India. Yeah, I'll focus more on India. So we are headquartered in Indore in India. We have a few offices in north, east, south and west. So we have delivery centers in Pune. We have 3 delivery centers in Pune. We have 1 delivery center in Mumbai. We have 2 delivery centers in Hyderabad, 1 in Chennai and another 1 in Bangalore. We also have a delivery center in Gurgaon in north. So Pune and Gurgaon, Mumbai, these offices cater to the customers' presence in north and west region of India. So we have around 700 consultants working out of all these 3 locations. So YASH as a company, as a holistic IT service provider, we are into many verticals. We are associated with SAP, we are associated with Oracle, IBM. We are also providing the services for Amazon Web Services for hosting any of your IT infrastructure. We are partnered with IBM Web Services. We are also partnered with Microsoft for various products in different levels. But our main bread and butter for YASH is SAP. So our major revenue generation vertical is SAP. Around 80% of revenue comes from SAP. So our major focus is SAP. So coming to the verticals, we are focusing on manufacturing, chemical, as I was mentioning, wholesale distribution, CPG, life sciences. So all of these are our verticals, and the horizontal, when it comes to the horizontal, so it is the SAP is the top one, and we have Oracle, Microsoft followed by. So HANA and Analytics, which is the next generation ERP products and the from SAP. So that is, we have a separate vertical and horizontal for HANA and Analytics. So mobility, cloud are also our services offerings. When it comes to the services offerings, we have end-to-end things like infrastructure management services. We have package applications like ERP, business warehousing. That comes to the big data, which is HANA and Analytics, and the mobility. So then custom applications, we are also having a team who is dedicatedly working of custom applications developed projects so far in the past, which 100 plus implementation projects. There's a number of global customers have the role across India and other countries. So we have a huge customer base for AM. We are our customers in handling the product in a smoother way, so continuity does not get hampered. So our consultants are operating from India. So these solutions, SAP HANA certifies what we bring into the industry. So these solutions are called RDS, Rapid Deployment Solution. So on top of SAP offerings, based on YASH experience or expertise gained over the period of time, we have customized or pre-built, pre-configured some solutions on SAP ERP applications, on CRM applications. So these are all into different verticals: manufacturing, chemical, CPG, life sciences. In different verticals, we have given the solutions. We also have the cloud solutions on SAP HANA and SuccessFactors, Ariba. We have a good practice in SuccessFactors, which is the complete HCM practice of any organization. SAP S4HANA solutions, we have a Simple Finance, a separate dedicated team or LOB is working on this Simple Finance applications. As Raman was mentioning about the FIORI, very intuitive US. Few of you might have really seen any SAP screens or experience with SAP. So probably those boring screens are now no more available. Okay, so I would really show you a couple of screens on FIORI, which will probably give you an overview of what FIORI is. And big data analytics, we are of course into BobJ and HANA services on this side. We are SAP Gold partners when it comes to the SAP partnership segment. We are SAP Gold partners for sales, and we are of course partner for Center of Expertise. So this is specifically awarded or certified for AMS segment. And we are also run SAP partners. Again, this is also post-implementation server services partnership. So this actually showcases how strongly we are associated with SAP in the SAP go-to-market strategies and all these things. So SAP S4HANA, which is a very new and next generation kind of application released by SAP recently in recent years. So in 2015, our priorities have been really drastically changed. From the large-scale enterprise customers, we wanted to come down to the SME and mid customers so that we can focus more and we can offer more solutions there, because there are a lot of opportunities in SME and mid segment customers. So most around 2,000 customers are really intended to go for the SAP applications, whether it is on HANA or S4 HANA, all these things. So we are of course trying to capture these customers. So we are also conducting a lot of campaigns and all the marketing campaigns and all these things. So we have different varieties of deliveries available in SAP S4 HANA. So basically S4 HANA is the ERP application. It is nothing like, it's a technology. Basically S4 HANA is a background technology on which the ERP products or the CRM products are work on. So as explained by Raman, S4 HANA or the HANA database platform will really help the customers to get the data at a very faster rate what you are retrieving in a current date. So that will really help the customers to make the decision very quick. So the main three verticals in S4 HANA what we have currently is Simple Finance, Simple Logistics, and Simple ERP. So finance, Simple Finance and Simple Logistics together makes the Simple ERP. So earlier when S4 HANA was introduced, it was introduced with Simple Finance. Slowly it moved on to logistics modules, and then it now merged as an enterprise edition. So this slide already explained by Mr. Raman. So this is the most. I will actually focus on the next slide here. I'll probably skip this. Yeah. So this is where S4 HANA helps the customer. So the different LOBs of any customer, like let it be in the procurement and front, or let it be the inventory front, let it be the manufacturing, or any vertical, any LOB of the organization, any organization. So the S4 HANA really simplifies the business processes, whether it is procure to pay. So the moment I start my demand management, yes, I need to procure X material for producing Y material. So these are all my key ingredients which I need to make it ready for available. And everything will come into the system in a very automated and quick, faster mode to enable the procurement team to take proper actions to avoid any delays in receiving the materials or making the plan for purchases and all these things. So the simplification of procure to pay process is really very good process in SAP S4 HANA 1511 edition. And we also have the accelerated plan to product. So yeah, this is a completely integrated product. This SAP ERP is a completely integrated product. So the moment it starts from the demand planning to the procurement, to the production, and to the sales, the logistics. So the complete processes are integrated. The moment we start material requirement planning generation, it triggers the information to the procurement department, it triggers the information to the accounts department for payments, it triggers the information to the planning departments for receiving the for making the production planning and all these things, master planning, scheduling, all these things that they can really very quick S4HANA systems. So the next vertical is optimized processes for order to cash. The moment you receive an order from the customer till you receive the payments against the order. So the entire end-to-end flow, like you received an order and you have supplied the goods, then you have made a bill against the supply, and then you receive the cash. So all these things, all the end-to-end business process transactions are covered in SAP S4HANA in a very simplified manner, along with the beautiful intuitive dashboards, graphical interfaces, all these things. So enhanced request to service, this is the post-sale service for any customers who are into the post-sale service segment. There are a lot of functionalities which are enhanced in the product level, which will help serve the customers, their end customers, in a very better way and a very quicker way in addressing their complaints. So there's a separate tool available in S4HANA. The core human resources is also built on S4HANA. In addition to that, we also have the success factors product for the core human resources. So the two products can also get interfaced for the better human resources management kind of things. Along with the India localizations, like tax perspective, or like from the Factories Act, whatever the labor laws and all these things, the Factories Act or any other act. So we got a lot of functionalities inbuilt in the system, right from employee engagement, that is joining of employee till the separation or the retirement of employee. The whole life cycle is captured in this human resources module of SAP S4HANA. Then the ultimate goal of all these processes, of course, reaches and lands into the financials. So the financial verticals, sub-verticals. One is accounting vertical, which is a purely general ledger accounting kind of thing, which provides the balance sheet, profit and loss statements and all these things, trial balance statements. The other module in finance is the cost management. So this comes with the product costing feature, this comes with the profitability analysis. So the S4HANA has got a lot of new advanced functionalities on this profitability analysis and the product costing methods and all these things. So when it comes to the product costing and all, there is something called material valuation. So that plays a key role in the product costing. So the material valuation in S4HANA is much simplified with a concept called material ledger. In years, the material ledger used to be activated separately, and that needs to be implemented as a separate project. But in S4HANA, it is a mandatory of having material ledger being activated. So what does it actually means? The material ledger functionality in SAP gives the accurate price of your raw materials, packing materials, or any other materials what you are purchasing. So it gives you the accurate price instead of weighted average price. It gives you the accurate landed price in many dimensions, so which user can analyze. So these are all the major verticals, or we can say LOBs of the S4HANA ERP product, in which the end-to-end business processes are covered for each of these verticals. This is something very technical. Yes, if you see this slide is shared into is divided into two segments. The first segment, business suite segment, it actually represents the before S4HANA landscape. So when we actually talk about this database, so there are typically databases available with the tables. So the tables for each module used to be very huge in numbers. So if you create one customer order, it used to get updated in say 6 or 7 tables or in multiple tables. When you receive a material, again in inventory management, it will update into multiple tables. So this sometimes used to create some sort of disturbances when you are retrieving the reports, because system has to communicate to many tables when it has to retrieve the information. But when it comes to the S4HANA, you can see the SAP S4HANA box here. So when it comes to the S4HANA, the tables are merged and it is minimized. It is not kept in the huge volumes. The tables are not in huge volumes. It is very much minimized, so as it helps it helps in retrieving the data at where it also avoids any sort of reconciliation amongst the tables if the data gets mismatched in any of the tables. So in sales and distribution, in inventory management, in the accounting side, there used to be a lot of tables which are now merged, and it has like made it more simple. Actually, the simplification is done in this way. This is the first step of simplifications for achieving the throughput, or for achieving the speed of the data retrieval or any other transactions or reporting kind of thing. So this is the major change in the S4HANA architecture. Earlier days we used to call this as R3 architecture. This is used to call as ECC or R3 architecture. Now this will be calling as S4HANA architecture. So there is a major difference between the R3 ECC and S4HANA architecture. So the simplifications are in data models, the principles are one. So that means when you go for material valuation, I was mentioning, like we used to have material ledger as a separate functionality in SAP. In FIFO method, we have weighted average method, or merged with material ledger concept in SAP. So because of this architecture, the throughput has got drastically increased so that it gives better performance or better experience to the end users or even the management users. So this is about FIORI things. So the S4HANA inbuilt by default, it comes with the FIORI interface. So FIORI is an interface where user can access the SAP screens or the transactions. So as Raman was mentioning, each of the transaction in olden days or in years, we used to call all these are transaction codes, the applications. Nowadays we see a lot of apps on the mobile. So similarly, we have got a lot of apps delivered by SAP. There are around 700 plus apps are delivered by SAP within HANA S4HANA, desktop, tablet, or your mobile device. It can be accessed on any device. You can access your system on the go anytime with a good internet connection. So all your dashboards will be reflecting on your mobile or the handheld devices. You will be able to also approve your any of your employees' requests like purchase orders or any travel request or any leave request. On the go you can approve all things. So when you say FIORI, there is a lot of comparison. It comes into the picture when we talk about the existing SAP interface, the graphical interface or the SAP FIORI interface. Usually, normally it takes 2.25 minutes for accessing a transaction. The transaction we are mentioning here is clearing incoming payments. So whatever the payments I am receiving, to clear those payments. So for single transaction, it used to take 2.25 minutes with SAP GUI. The same transaction with SAP FIORI has cut down up to 53%. There is a reduction in the transactions come down to 1.0. So the number of clicks in SAP GUI was around 49 clicks, wherein which it is now reduced to 22 clicks. So which says it is around 55% of a reduction in the clicks. The screen changes. We have to navigate to 26 different tabs and screens in the SAP GUI screen, wherein which in SAP FIORI it is only single screen because transaction is single. So you need to build in SAP GUI or not. FIORI it is reduced to 3. That means a lot is populated automatically from the master data and other things. FIORI. So this is the difference between the SAP GUI and SAP implementation. It is available on premise, it is available on cloud, it is available on a hybrid mode as well. So any customer has got a choice, cloud, or you want to go for on-premise, or you want to go for a hybrid mechanism. So all these methodologies are available, and YASH is proud to say that we are offering all these kind of services on-premise, cloud, and hybrid models. We are offering in association with SAP and Amazon Web Services. We are offering on cloud services, and on-premises we are offering the end-to-end implementation services, migration services, if any customer is on SAP already. So the HANA deployment options, yeah, as we were mentioning in the previous slide, you have on-premise. So on-premise is completely managed by the customer, whoever is getting deployed. So all of these things, the application servers, the database server, the runtime, middleware, OS, everything is managed by the customers. And when it comes to hosting, so database and application is managed by the customers, whereas the servers and physical networking, the OS and all are managed by the partners. So in HEC, HANA Enterprise on Cloud, so we have the complete end-to-end management in cloud. So the whole things are managed by the service provider, accepting the applications. So when it comes with HEC with AMS, it is a complete it's a subscription kind of model, wherein which you just have to, it's a kind of plug and play kind of thing. So you just have to subscribe, provide your master data just with a minimal configuration, customization, and then you are ready to go with the usage of the product. So it is a very sophisticated kind of implementation approach here. So SAP S4HANA simplifies many lines of business, as I was mentioning in the previous slide. I think there's a repetition of slide. So it simplifies the processes in finance. Usually in earlier days, it used to take a lot of time to close a financial period, that is either a month or a quarter or a year. It used to take a lot of time to do that. So the S4HANA comes with a closing cockpit, which will simplify many of the transactions, and it will immediately give you the realistic figures on your profit and loss statements, or your balance sheet statements, or your trial balance statement on a very quicker and faster mode. And the supply chain management, again from the logistics and supply chain, a lot of functionalities have got redesigned to meet the end customers' need. So I think we have discussed all these LOBs and verticals in the previous slide. The world is changing, yes. I think most of our lives are now associated with the mobile devices. Either it is a tablet or it is a mobile phone, smartphones. So now we are completely surrounded with the smartphones. So most of the customers are wanting everything on the go. So SAP is also in parallel offering a lot of things. So there's something called the Internet of Things. So now many of the things are coming up on IoT, Internet of Things. So SAP S4HANA also gives you a lot of things on the go. So this is the another inbuilt with the S4HANA ERP reporting. So usually when we were not having HANA Live reporting, we used to have OLAP and OLTP as separate databases, or the separate servers, independent servers. That is ERP as an independent server, and business warehousing or data warehousing as an independent server. So with the HANA Live, this business warehousing got merged with the HANA ERP itself. That means the complete OLAP is also available on HANA in a single box. So the customer need not to go for additional investment for the business warehousing applications in SAP S4HANA. So the HANA Live reporting gives you the real-time analytical reports on trend analysis reports or historical reports. So which is available within ERP. It only requires enablement of reports. So you need not to go for a separate hardware licensing and all these things. So it comes with many of your inbuilt reporting. So the HANA Live reporting, again, it lies within HANA database. So the HANA, there is something called views, CDS views available in SAP HANA, which will help a quicker reporting tool. So a lot of tools can be customized by the customer itself. You need not to have a huge IT team to do customization of all these reports. It's a very simple, quick drag and drop kind of mechanism wherein which you can quickly query anything and get a report instantly. So we have a lot of inbuilt reports available for different level of users, like a customer service desk or risk management team, the finance team, the controlling team, the accounts administration, or the executive management, the management level team. So a lot of different reports and dashboards are available in SAP S4HANA live reporting. So this is again a very useful and helpful tool within S4HANA which SAP is offering with their products. Yeah, this is how FIORI looks like. This is it's a very outlook. So the SAP FIORI can be accessed on any devices. It's a tablet or a PC or a mobile device. Any device you can easily access your screens, your SAP screens, and get a quick review. You can see here there is a dashboard coming here. This is called a FIORI analytics reports. So this works on your SAP HANA Live, on top of SAP HANA Live. You will get these analytical reports on your FIORI dashboards and all these things. So here it is saying the number of transactions available for this each app. So each app has got a different, each transaction has got a different app. Again, here it is also giving you the numbers. So that the user or the managed user will be knowing what exactly going on in particular area of LOB. And it also helps to take a quick decision or quick action against the transactions. So SAP FIORI is basically a user interface kind of thing where any user can access the transactions or the apps on a very smooth and intuitive, more intuitive way, showing a sales order is opened and the items, the quantities are quickly reviewed and an order is placed by the customer, received by the customers. Yeah. So when we go for SAP implementation, there are a lot of methodologies for implementing SAP ERP. So SAP S4HANA comes with a very agile implementation methodology that is called SAP Activate. So the SAP Activate is a methodology wherein which SAP provides a lot of best business practices available in the particular industry segment. If you take manufacturing, discrete industry manufacturing, if we consider chemical industry, if we consider life sciences or wholesale, retail, any sort of industry. So SAP has already provided best business practices available. So we can download that from the SAP servers, and then we can immediately deploy into the customer's server and then activate those services and start using those functionalities in the system. So it only by this way it will minimize the implementation timelines so that your customer need not to spend a huge amount on the implementation. So it helps in that way. So we just only have to see what all the functionalities available, explore whether these functionalities are suitable for us or not. If that is not, then come up with the delta design, what is required for you in particular, configure those things in the realization phase, and then make the testing, end-to-end testing, then go for a deployment on your production system with a go-live declaration. So S4HANA comes with a lot of best business practices inbuilt available. So there are a lot of industry verticals where SAP provides the best business practices. It has got a very wide range of industry coverage, and more than 1,000 companies, top 1,000 companies are using these best business practices: aerospace and defense, automotive, chemical, banking, media, life sciences, EC and O. There are a lot of companies who are using SAP best business practices. The tangible benefits, any customer will ultimately come to what I'm going to get when if I go for SAP S4HANA. So over a period of time, what we have gathered the information, based on the gathered information, what we have realized is there is a good improvement in the revenues because a lot of clerical jobs are avoided and there is a significant focus on the end customer services. So there is an improvement in the revenues, there is an improvement in the replenishment of orders to the customers, there is an improvement in the forecast accuracy. So there's a lot of improvements in operation cost as well, like you are avoiding any excessive inventory, avoiding any 11th hour production plan changes, all these things, so that it will really give the customer a very good roadmap. Okay, what is available with me currently and what we can offer to our end customers. So there are good significant improvements, and there is a very good improvement in working capital scenarios. So there is a reduction in inventory levels with a good visibility of what you have and what dead stock you have, what is non-moving stock you have, what actions you can take on these things, so that the inventory levels can be minimized or optimized. There is a good reduced on accounts receivable. There is a reduction accounts receivable outstandings. Since you are getting the aging reports and all everything on the go, and you also have SAP dunning system wherein which SAP initiates the alerts to the end customers saying about the overdues and all these things. So there's the time period for ATP, availability to promise, order to invoice, is also be increased very much. So the performance in that particular area is also very good in that particular segment.
Thanks Praveen and thanks Raman. It was a presentation by you people about the S4HANA, and it was a very good knowledgeable presentation. Myself, Rakesh Joshi, to provide me the opportunity to speak about our company. I am Rakesh Joshi, General Manager Commercial from the Hindustan Group. I am part of Hindustan MI Swaco Ltd, which is almost 30, and we are into the US-based company to the oil drilling. We are chemical and is a worldwide company of business server drilling, and they are doing separation and screening for industrial market. We as a company are engaged in manufacturing of a wide range of specialty performance-based oil field chemicals. We have our manufacturing plant which is we are the manufacturer of the powdered product based on humic acids and lubricants, and we are being regarded as a reliable supplier of the above products producing companies in India. 80% of our production which is into the SCZ for producing the product processing, detergent, paper, texture, paint. Last year we decided to implement SAP. It 5 years, but specifically for this company we this year. So there was certain pre-implementation phase which was challenges and opportunities also. It's an old company. We wanted to have all the system in place right from day one as per management mandate, and at group level in other chemical company we already implemented SAP. Having experienced because I was also involved in that SAP implementation, so having experienced the benefit of working in the ERP environment, we took this conscious steps to do the implementation at Hindustan MI Swaco Ltd, which we call it as a HMISL. And we wanted to achieve long-term sustainable growth and profitability and required tools to achieve the same. And our focus was on targeting the most profitable growth opportunities to maximize return on investment. Since the company was in the growth phase, so we thought it will be better, because as the product basket increases, SAP will come to the rescue to do the lot of analyticals on the product side and also have the proper accounting and the financial analyticals. That's what. So we implemented in 2015. We implemented with one of the basic, few of the basic modules like FICO, which is finance and controlling, MM, which is materials management, and PP, production planning, QM, quality management, SD, sales and distribution, and PM is plant and maintenance. So YASH was our implementation partner, and it was the best business practices which was being implemented. So post-implementation scenario, what we have right now is we have a better visibility and sharper focus. We have the reduced operating cost. We also have standardization of the business process across the factories, because we have one head office at Bombay and now the 2 locations of the plant, and gradually we are in the growth mode, so we want to add more and more plant to that effect. So I think SAP will be a better tool to do that, and because of that I think a lot of integration between marketing and factory will happen. So we also have certain our roadmap very clear in the mind that we want to roll out to other group companies, I think, which is going on right now. And I think with the advantage of S4HANA, definitely we want to migrate to newer platform S4HANA. And I think we were already in discussion stage with YASH about the analyticals, BI and BO, and also the few of the additional implementation part like EHS, etc. Thank you.